What is going on, Bobbylicious boys and girls? Welcome back to the Bobbylicious Kitchen. I am so happy that you've joined me here today for another wonderful meal that we'll be preparing. If you recall, the last time we were in here, we made that wonderful blackberry cobbler for Christmas time, and just the taste of it is still stuck on the tip of my tongue, and I love it, and I was so excited about it. And I said, well, we need to come back in the kitchen and cook something, right? Because I promised these people I'd make them a winter dish. And here we are in May, and it's already 95 degrees out here in Phoenix. But today, instead of Stardew Valley, my dear friend Brittany from up in Seattle sent me very recently something that she got, I believe, at Comic-Con. It is a faux cooking magazine from Hyrule called Hyrule Taste of the Kingdom. Taste of the Kingdom, Tears of the Kingdom, it's a pun, it's a play, it's a whatever. But this is a little fake cooking magazine. And my gosh, look at this front picture with this cheesy risotto. And wouldn't you know it, there's a recipe for it on page 6. It says it right there. Boom, there's the recipe. And I looked at it and I said, well, that looks gosh darn delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and make it. What you're gonna need some arborio rice specifically. Anytime I've made risotto, that was a little Australian there. We're gonna need some arborio rice for our Australian risotto. Wow, that was actually pretty good. I normally don't do Australian accents pretty good. All right, good job, Bobby. We need some butter. We need a portobello, that's what this is, mushroom. We need an onion, that's what this is. We need a wine, that's what this is. We need some oil, that's what this is. And then we need a fontina cheese, specifically is what it called for. And this is I should tell you this, in Tears of the Kingdom, in the previous Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, there was cooking as well, right? We've already made some recipes. In the newer game, Tears of the Kingdom, there was more cooking, but they took milk and they said, well, what does milk turn into? Well, milk turns into cheese. So let's make some recipes with cheese, and you can make pizza in that game. But we're not making pizza, we're making risotto. Anyway, so I got some fontina cheese because that's what it called for, and that's what it looks like in the book. Look, that's what it looks like in the game, and that's what this looks like. And I was like, that's adorable. Now, you may also be looking at these ingredients going, hang on a second, Bobby. I know risotto, and I know for a risotto, I'm gonna stop that. I know for a risotto, you need stock. And I don't see any stock there, and you are correct, there is not any stock. And there's actually not two things on this table, which brings me to my next point. I don't have turmeric. I know you could probably just use curry powder because there's some extra stuff in curry powder, but I wanna be as faithful to the thing as I possibly can. The stock that this recipe calls for is mushroom stock. And by gosh, by golly, by darn it, I could not find mushroom stock. I could find all the different animals that live on this planet type of stock and vegetable stock, which I probably could have used, but I said, I gotta do this. I gotta make mushroom stocks. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna throw all these ingredients away so I can go have time to go to the store tomorrow and also get turmeric, and we're gonna make mushroom stock. So goodbye to those ingredients for now, and let's say hello to the mushroom stock ingredients. There's a lot of mushrooms on this table to make our mushroom stock. Who would have thought that, right? Okay, so the recipe I found online, I don't remember the name of it. It's in my phone, which is recording this right now, so I'll put a link in the thing. And if it's good, then we can go and give them kudos. And if it's bad, well, you know what to do. So we got 2 yellow onions, we got olive oil, which we had previously. Say hello again. The stems of 1 pound of shiitake mushrooms, so I gotta stem all these sliced shiitakes. I had the hardest time finding these mushrooms and stuff like that. I don't know why. I should have, I'll get to this. I went to Safeway, they were out of creminis. I went to Fry's, they only had a blend that had shiitake, oyster, and cremini, so I was like, fine. And then I found online that you could substitute Baby Bella. I'm getting all worked up for no reason, really. There's like, that's all mushrooms. It's all gonna be stuff. Heck, I'm supposed to stem the portobello. That's going in there. We're gonna throw as much mushroom as we possibly can. Honestly, I don't even wanna cut the stems off of these. I'm just gonna throw this all in there. I'm making a stock, and I'm not gonna use these mushrooms otherwise. Anyway, dried shiitake, half an ounce of dried shiitake, which they had at Safeway, whatever. A ginger root, we're gonna cut that in half and throw it in the stock pot. A garlic bulb, we're gonna cut that in half and throw it in the stock pot. Some black peppercorns. Tamari, which is apparently a fancy soy sauce, ooh, which has no wheat. So if you're gluten, oh no, there is wheat. What? They lied to me. Anyway, it's a special type of soy sauce apparently, whatever. And then the other thing was this thing called kombu. And I did go to the Asian market. That was the thing I was gonna come back to. I probably could have found more mushrooms at the Asian market, but they didn't have creminis. They had a big things of shiitakes, and I was like, whatever. I went to 3 different stores for this whole thing. So kombu is apparently dried kelp. which is what I've got here. So we're just gonna take a chunk of one of these. And I'm not gonna use much more of this. I don't know how long this lasts. Most of this is in another language. I think Korean, product of Korea. That makes sense. I'm taking a 3-inch chunk of this and throwing it in at the very end, so. And then water in this bowl because I don't have a 10 cup measuring cup, so 10 waters. Okay, first things first, you gotta wash and dry the onions because we're gonna use the skin because that's very wasteful if you don't in a stock. If you're not using every single bit, it's like using the buffalo. You gotta use every single bit. So we're gonna use all the thing. Some of the skin has come off. I'm gonna do my best to wash. This thing's coming apart. Like, we're gonna do my best, hang on. I got a new magnetic knife rack with some really fancy Japanese knives. Look at this thing. We're gonna find out how it works. I'm probably gonna cut my finger. Editing Bobby, you show a picture of what that looks like. It's kind of cool. I want to get some lights under the thing, so when you see it, you'll understand. Just gonna cut it right down. Oh, good knife. Whoa! Next up is a cutting board, I promise. I know I've got this shabby one. I know previously I'd had the one that like bounced all over the place. We lost a bit. I'm gonna get a new cutting board, I promise. I want to get one of those Bosk the Bounty Hunter from Star Wars. Whatever the name is. Booba, there's some name, there's some fancy name for the thing. I'm not peeling off all the skin. I'm not doing good at this. Hang on. It's because I wet it. It's because it's got wet and I didn't dry it well enough because I'm impatient. All right. Hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you're also having to peel an onion for some reason in this situation because that'll make me feel better. That'll give me some solidarity that I'm not the only person peeling a wet onion. All right, I think I'm good. Oh no, I still got another half. This knife is phenomenal. This is basically a mandolin at this point. I'm just a one-handed mandolin. Okay, that threw off my groove, me trying to come up with whatever that was. Oh no, I left my cabinet open. Can't have people knowing what's inside my cabinets. Can I just? Yeah, all right. That was easy. Go on the pile. You, my friend, are for tomorrow. You are for the actual risotto. Stay over there. I gotta cut this garlic bulb in half, or this ginger bulb in half. That's going in later. And I gotta cut this I do have to cut this garlic bulb in half. Oh baby, there you go. Boom. Now let's throw the garlic skins. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna heat some olive oil, heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is my good olive oil. That's about 2 TPSP. On. It's not plugged in, hang on. Add onions and all the mush. So that was 1 pound of shiitake stems that I have not done, because these are sliced shiitakes. They had whole shiitakes at the Asian place, and I should have bought them, but then I would have had way too much mush. Way too much mush. Break out my wooden spatula. That was pretty cool. So full disclosure, while this is heating up, I did make another recipe in the wintertime. It was not from the Stardew Valley cookbook. It was actually from my Dungeons and Dragons cookbook. It was a chili recipe. And the reason I didn't make a video out of it, wow, I can smell this. Okay, hang on. Let's get these bad boys on there. Oh yeah, boy, oh yeah. All right, get that. Get that. Let's get these mushrooms in there. Pa! And more mushroom. Pa! And more mushroom. Pa! And more mushroom. Pa! And lastly, you guessed it, more mushroom. Pa! Right? Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Anyway, so I made the chili. And let's give this a little mix here. Made the chili, and it was not that great. I'm not gonna lie. It had some interesting flavor profiles in it, which is what kind of drew me to it. It had like cloves and cinnamon and stuff in it, and I was like, and it was such a, and cocoa powder, and it had such a weird, it was like such a weird juxtaposition of like, this smells like Christmas, but also like chili, and I don't know what to do with this information. Anyway, long story short, it didn't record well, and the audio was bad, and so I did not do anything with it. I ate the chili, begrudgingly, but I didn't do anything else with it. So anyway, so sorry you missed out on that. See, it says a 3-inch section, but I'm like, is that based on the fact that this thing is like 6 inches wide, 7 inches wide. I guess. It's shorter down at the bottom. This one, it smells oceany. Like, I don't know what I expected it to smell like, but we're gonna do the big top. I think I saw in the back I'm supposed to wash this. Wipe the salt off the surface with a damp cloth before use. Do not rinse or wash the kelp or it will lose flavor. Damp cloth, no rinse. Got it. It's 3 inches. Okay, so right there. That's less than I was going to cut, so. Oh, wiping it off really activated the ocean smell. Okay, great. Let's see, what makes this different than normal size soy sauce? It's a little bit thicker. Why did I knew it was soy sauce. Why did I taste the difference. I taste it. It's always something salty or something spicy in these videos, man. I don't think ahead. I'm not that smart. I'm like, I want the full force of whatever this is gonna taste like. It's more umami, I guess. I don't know. That's what this whole thing is gonna be. It's gonna be totally umami. Ubabi, umami. Ugh. Ew, I don't even like how I said that. Like, don't keep that in. That was awful. It's like a stronger flavor overall than like normal soy sauce. Like there was like a little spice to it almost. Alcohol. There's probably alcohol. There's probably alcohol in the thing. Water, soybeans, wheat, lactic acid. There's no alcohol in this. So I just got a little drunk from sipping on that tamari. Okay. That was what was different. I'm like, there's something spicy on this. Yeah, it's alcohol, you dummy. My 10 cups of water. Ooh. 10 cups of water. And all of our, let's see, I think the dried goes into, all right, these bad boys are in. Join your hydrated brethren. And then garlic. Oh, the portobello stem, the bulb of ginger, and the skins, and the ends, and they're all in there. Hello, boys. Join on in, do your thing, get on in there. And then we're gonna add the tamari, which was 3 tablespoons of that. I have a 1.5 tablespoon thing. That's perfect. That's 2 of those. So that's how math works. Peppercorns. And 1 more. What else? Okay, water, onion skins, garlic bulb, ginger, dried mush, tamari, and peppercorns. Bring to a boil on high. We're up in that heat, baby. 460, that's high. That's as high as we're gonna go. We're bringing this to a boil. Then we're gonna reduce it to low. Then we're gonna add this. Then we're gonna simmer it for an hour. Stardew Valley, spring. I'm debating between, leave a comment. I'm debating between, they have a recipe for pizza, 2 different kinds of pizza, but the dough is the same. The pizzas are like goat cheese and mushroom, and like traditional just like cheese and tomato sauce. And I was like, I wanna make some pizza. And the other one was something called a complete breakfast. So if you wanna know the secret of what a complete breakfast is that they're always talking about in those commercials, you know, leave a vote for that, because I'll show you. I'll show you what it's all about. Now I will point out that this risotto, and I know we're not at the risotto part yet, we're just at the stock part still, but this risotto, this recipe is going up against the best recipe I've ever made in terms of a risotto. That recipe came from the Skyrim cookbook. It was a mushroom and vegetable risotto, and it is literally one of the best things I've ever made. So this has to go up against that, and it's a cheesy risotto, so I'm like, well, that one had parm, but it also had veg and mushroom. This one's got mushroom stock, similar, different. What are we gonna experience? So we're gonna find out. We're gonna put them head to head. Well, it's definitely true what they say about watching a kettle boil, because this is, my gosh, this is tedious. I'm standing here like, it's anytime today, we're gonna start boiling. I like this thing, it's good, it heats up quick, but I think it would have already been boiling on my stove. I'm gonna say officially boiling. We're gonna turn this down to low so we can simmer it. I don't want it that low, I'll do that low. We're gonna do this, pop that in there and go, bleh. Oh, it cut in half. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Lid on for 1 hour. I will see you in 1 hour where I try to dump this into my contraption and not lose any of it. So, and I need a quart of this, so. Wish me luck. All right, see you in an hour. All right, y'all, it has been an hour. This thing has simmered like crazy. What I've actually found about this thing, 'cause I don't think I've ever simmered anything on this, I think I simmered the chili. And I don't think that, I don't remember. I tried to put that out of my mind. Bad chili, bad video, bad audio, all around. This thing kept shutting off is what I was trying to say, is what I was going to say. And I had to keep coming in here and turning it on. Just gonna give it a stir and we're gonna give it a little taste. I'm gonna get that umami in my body. Oh, wow. Oh, not very salty, but like not in a bad way. Like I don't think that's gonna be a problem. And I'm gonna put it in the risotto and I can salt that up. Wow, really rich, really, yeah, like different than like a chicken or a beef stock, obviously, like, but you can really taste the mushroom coming through, a little bit of the soy, not getting much of the ginger or the garlic, but I'm sure they're in there like helping bring everything together. But this is just like rich and really, really good. So, all right, well, I'm really excited to make the risotto and stuff, but it is 20 after 8 and I have to play games with Josh soon and I haven't eaten anything most of today. I had some eggs earlier and a protein bar after the gym, but so I'm gonna go get a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell and then I'll see you in internet time, like 5 seconds to make my filet and my Brussels sprouts and actually make the risotto. But in real life, it'll be tomorrow. So, okay, thanks, bye-bye. All right, it is tomorrow, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. I did not get a Mexican pizza. I ended up getting Jack in the Box tacos, which was all right. It was enough to tide me over, but whatever. Here we are. I am very ready for this. So, there's gonna be a lot of moving pieces here of what we're gonna do. You will see our beloved cheese grater is here right now, ready to roll. My mom gave me like a male glove, like not a male glove for men, a male, M-A-I-L glove, not the kind that you get in your letterbox. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't cut your finger, and I gave it back to her. And so, you know what? I think the biggest thing is just don't be afraid of it. And if you cut your finger, just be like, ha, oh well. And that's my approach to this, because we've got some cheese to grate here. And I said, well, we got to do that. So there's a couple moving pieces. One, it's not in the recipe, but I'm going to do it. If you'll see here on the photo, and even in the photo inside, there's a beautiful crisp of cheese, and I believe that is Parmesan, and I know we've all seen those Parmesan crisps. So I've got some parchment paper here that I'm gonna spray with some oil spray, and then I'm gonna just grate some Parmesan, throw that on there. There's also some Parmesan that's gonna go on my Brussels sprouts. I have stemmed, that's the term, and cut in half a bunch of Brussels sprouts, drizzled them in some olive oil and salt and pepper. They're going in a 425 oven for 30 minutes. That's happening. Meanwhile, the mushroom stock from last night, which I should point out, here it is right here. It made about 2 quarts of mushroom stock total in 2 of these quart containers. Not quart like you go to court to get a judgment, but a quart as in this, an amount of liquid. Anyway, okay, so we have to boil this and then we have to simmer because we want this to be warm whenever we, I shouldn't be doing that at like a distance. I'm making a mess. This is already not going well. Yeah, this looks good. This is old, but can you please not? Can you go? None of this is for you. 0% of this meal is for you. Don't give me that look. So I'm doing enough so that I have some for my Tweedledees and Tweedledums on top, and then also so I can put some on my Brussels sprouts to help bring the meal all together, you know? I've never made one of these things before, but I know you just do it in like a really thin layer. I read a recipe last night and I didn't write any of it down from Giada on the Food Network as to how she does it. She literally just said just put it on parchment paper, or she said put it on a silicone mat, and I don't have one of those. We'll see how we rock and roll. Maybe the silicone is the key. Maybe it can't be parchment paper, but we're gonna find out. I think I said in the blackberry cobbler video, or maybe it was the curry, that I was gonna get a scraper eventually. Well, I did. And look at it, I love it so much. Parmesan crisps are looking great. Okay. Cook until onions are soft and translucent. Add the chopped mushroom, which is what I gotta do next. So the portobello. Oh, so we were supposed to chop this very fine, which I've done. That's as fine as I'm gonna get it. And then the portobello has to be chopped small. Now, what's the difference between fine and small? I don't know. But I'm gonna just go with my gut, and I'm gonna just kind of quarter this, and I'm just gonna slice it. And I'm just gonna do this. I do gotta dress my steak here in a sec because there's a big old fatty bit on there. I wanna chop that off, and then I'm gonna just season this with salt and pepper. See this is like hard, big fattiness from the tenderloin. You don't want that. I'm taking all that off, in fact. How we doing? Oh, man. Whew. All right. I kind of want these a little bit more, but look at these Parmesan Crispies! I'm so excited. They actually probably need to cool. You know what? I think that's perfect for what it is. I feel accomplished by making those. Got the onions in, giving that a little stir. This is supposed to be on medium heat. That's usually where we default to reduce heat to medium. It wasn't not medium at any point. Oh, my cats and my dog are fighting. Hey, can we not? I'm filming. You're gonna, hey, go lay down. Banjo, go lay on your bed, please. Thank you. Be the adult, even though you're the baby. Oh, I'm gonna eat like a king. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know why I'm so proud of this. This is nothing. This is like nothing, but oh, it's gonna be the greatest garnish. Oh my gosh. All right, we're getting our wine ready. I just got Chardonnay. All right, imagine mushroom, risotto, to the risotto. And then this gets cooked for about a minute. So we're gonna do that. Get that nice and all incorporated. Kept it cold because I figured this would be the easiest way to shred it. How much do I need? 1.5 cups. Okay. It smells almost like mozzarella, which I'll take. In the game, it's kind of yellow, and I was hoping it was going to be yellow, but the turmeric's probably going to add some of that. So it's a very soft cheese. I know I mentioned mozzarella, and I'm feeling that vibe. It's even kind of crumbling a little bit. Let me eat this little piece and see what it tastes like. I can't say I've ever had it. It's like a hard. I know I just said it's soft, but it's like a harder mozzarella. A little bit of note of like Swiss in there. Good. This is gonna be good. Now we add the rice and the turmeric. Oh, I gotta add my 2 2/3. Ooh. And that's for 2 minutes while stirring. Oh yeah, I gotta put cheese on hold. Hang on. Should use the bigger holes, but I'm scared. All right, I told you earlier I was not scared. It was a lie. I am scared. I don't want to lose a finger. I can lose a smaller chunk of my finger on these little holes. All right, stir. Brussels are off. Brussels are done. They're looking good. Let me add the wine. Oh. And then some salt. And then from there, in order to actually make the risotto and cook it up, we're going to add the stock. And we're just gonna slowly be incorporating stock until it absorbs. Add another cup of stock and keep going until you've got all the stock in there and it's all absorbed and the rice is soft. And then at the end, we're stirring in this here cheese. So it's at about a cup at a time. I think this is about a ladle cup. All right, we're doing that. I am so ready. I am so hungry. Jack in the Box tacos are not holding me. I had a protein bar today after church, so that's what's also getting me through to this. So now we let that absorb. The first one, it soaked it up real quick. This one, it's gonna take a little bit of a minute, but that's fine. That's how the risotto is made. It's this rice, it's cooking, it's absorbing all the flavors, the butter, the turmeric, the wine, the love that I've put into this dish so far, the umami. Now, if there's one thing you don't know about me, it's this. That was a weird way to phrase that. One thing about me, oh gosh, all right, hold on. Gotta baby this thing. And it is, the moisture is absorbed, so we're gonna add one more ladle. And we're gonna throw the steak in here. I am huge on, on making sure that the components of my dish have some level of cohesiveness, togetherness, something that brings them in common. So if you'll see, I've got some thyme over here that I'm gonna throw in with my steak as I'm searing it. I'm also gonna chop a bit to put on our Brussels sprouts, and then I'm gonna take some of that parm, that leftover parm from before while my Brussels are hot, and I am going to throw those on there. And then a little bit of lemon juice and some lemon zest. That's nowhere else in the dish, but we're gonna do it. Nice sear already on that side. We're gonna get some butter ready. In the words of Gordon Ramsay, a little knob of butter to go in, and we're gonna make a little thing. Ooh, I got this, I bought an extra garlic bulb. And we're gonna cut that in half, just like we did with the umami. We're gonna throw that in. Downside, you know what I mean. Minute on each side, and especially if a thicker steak like this, you wanna make sure that you're getting all the sides, it's getting a nice little sear on it. Things are moving and grooving, and then you're gonna throw the butter in, and then we're just gonna baste it. And then we're gonna let it rest, and then the rest of this meal is gonna come together, and I'm gonna plate it all up nice and neat, and then I'm gonna show you, and it's gonna be, wow, beautiful. So about a minute each side. You know what, 2 knobs of butter, what the heck? And then we're doing that. Okay, and then we're doing this. Our seasonings in there, letting that kind of steak over to that side. We're just gonna let that, we're gonna keep basting, baste, baste, baste. We want this to be low, slow, and ready to go, because we want all that moisture absorbed. I know, beeping. You're beeping. I hear you. I hear you. You're beeping. I hear you. Brussels sprouts. You'll see them on the plate when we're done, but check it out. No, that's not the one I want to use. Another one. Ready? There we go. Yeah, boy. A little bit of lemon. Boom. All right, let's fold in this cheese. There we go. Oh, boy. Wouldn't be a Bobbylicious cooking episode if I didn't throw something. I don't think I threw anything last night. Oh! The addition of the cheese has added a new smell. And it is good, let me tell you. Oh my gosh, and that helped thicken it up a little bit too. Oh, I'm so ready to eat this. Now time to slice. Oh, baby. Now look, the star of this episode is 100% the risotto, right? But the real star is the filet. Come on now, come on, come on. Oh, I don't care that I tasted that. In fact, oh. Thank you, Gordon, for teaching me how to do a steak. Oh boy, I almost just dropped it. Look at that. Made a nice little football shape there. Boom. It's like the Japanese ones with the omu rice. I had it while I was there. It was very good. And I've got a nice little like peace sign, negative space in my thing. I'm not good at plating, but here we are. Okay, and right in the center? Nah. Like that. Oh. Oh no. I cracked. Oh no. Oh, we already had some of the steak. I know the big anticipation is the risotto, but let's try some of these Brussels. Very good, wow. I had some steak, but who am I to say no to more? All right, that was a little fatty. Oh boy. Let's get some of this risotto. So baby, dry your eyes. Say all the tears you've cried. think that's one of the best things I've ever made. Oh my goodness. It's cheesy. You can taste the broth, the wine's coming through, the mushroom, the umami. Oh, and the rice is just melting. That helps. That's good too. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a little bit of sweetness too. It's like that. I know the term umami is literally just like savory. It's like not salty, not sweet. It doesn't exist in any of those salty, sweet, bitter, you know, the normal taste groups. It's kind of its own thing. And it's like, just because there's no sugar, short of whatever maybe is in that tamari sauce and stuff like that. Oh, it's so rich. That's what it is. It's a very rich flavor. Like this could have been a whole meal. I could have eaten that whole pot probably. From a faux cooking magazine about The Legend of Zelda, thank you to Brian Connor, Jamie Carrillo, Diane Alt, and Sydney Funwalker Cook, who made that. Thank you, Brittany, for buying that for me. There are more recipes in there. There is a cheesecake in there. And after this, I think I have to make that cheesecake. My knife block fell. Comparing this to the Skyrim veggie risotto that I had made. This one takes the cake, hands down, bar none. Just the complexity of the flavors. Just because, I mean, it was just mushrooms and onion. The other one had carrots and other veggies. I don't remember. I think there was leeks. Oh, I think there was leeks. That was different than the onions. That was a nice little thing. That pushed it up a little bit, but this is divine. I'm gonna post the recipe for this. If you wanna make this, I highly recommend it. That was involved. If you can find mushroom stock without having to make it, I mean, go for it, because that was expensive and time consuming. But I will say, don't use just vegetable stock. Like that is 100% what's making this, is the mushroom stock, whether it's because it's homemade or not. Thank you guys for checking in as always. I really appreciate you. I'm sorry, I'm sweaty. But I appreciate you guys for checking in as always. Come on back next time for more whatever. Leave a comment about, what did I say, complete breakfast or the pizza or the cheesecake. Things are coming, so tell me what you want to see. And I appreciate you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, whatever. That's all. Bye-bye.